Army has pigs now. Yes, we do. Oh, you be surprised at all the nonsense that the Army has. All right. Welcome, Most Determined Soul here. We're here to talk about modern controls versus classic controls. That's really, really important, I think, in getting ready to play Street Fighter 6, especially talking to a guy that's switched from playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter in this last generation of consoles and playing a whole lot more Tekken and playing a whole lot more Mortal Kombat, and then coming back to Street Fighter and seeing a brand new game. I think that's really, really interesting to see that there's modern controls and classic controls. Now, here's the catch. Tekken, they kind of have control assist in there, but this isn't quite the same thing. And I really want to get down to the bottom of this. Illuminati said something about it. There's a couple other guys that said stuff about modern controls being better. I'm not necessarily, I'm not quite convinced yet that it's better, but at the same time, I still think I want to give it a chance later down the line if that's the new way to play Street Fighter. However, and that's where the how that's where I'm at right now. So, do we want to say that modern controls is the way to do it when traditionally that's not how it's being done? I compare it to the WNBA and the NBA. Hear me out. Just hear me out for 2 seconds, okay? Just go on this journey with me for 2 seconds to understand where I'm coming from. The NBA is super duper exciting. People are dunking. Can everybody dunk in the NBA? No. But the people that can, they do. Can everybody shoot three-pointers in the NBA? No. But those who can, they do. Right? I think we can all agree to that. So when you go to the I was about to say WWE. When you go to the WNBA, they say, "Hey, you should change the way you play basketball." Well, the ball's already lighter, so that's one. Okay, cool. That's a difference. But now they're saying, "Hey, maybe lower the rim just a little bit, 10 feet, 9.5 feet, 9 feet, so that women can dunk, so the game can be more entertaining." And a lot of women are saying no, because that's not the same game, that we're not playing in the same game. Kind of is what it is. And I would almost agree with them. And I think that's true because I want to be entertained. I want to see people get dunked on. I don't want to necessarily see fundamental basketball, but the women say, "Hey, that's a disservice to us. That why would you do that to us when your game, that's how the game's supposed to be played." And coming back to Street Fighter, do we really want casuals to enjoy themselves that much to sacrifice the way the games play? I think it's extremely satisfying to come to a game like Street Fighter, play that game with harder inputs. I'm not talking about King of Fighters. King of Fighters inputs are difficult, but it's satisfying to know that you're able to do that. There's a reward at the end of the day. I'm not saying modern controls aren't rewarding, but doing that input traditionally, that's how it works. That goes to legacy. Street Fighter's never really been a legacy game. I think we can all agree that Street Fighter is not a legacy game, but there is some legacy to it, right? Which is, crouching medium kick the fireball from Ryu. You got the quarter circle motions for a lot of the characters. You got DP motion for a lot of stuff like that. That's cool. But now we're giving other people an opportunity to do what you could do, but better. Is that fair? Is that okay? And I honestly don't think it is. I would love to say, yeah, absolutely. That you should do. That you should absolutely do. But I'm like, at the expense of all the other people that labbed and practiced day in and day out on Street Fighter 5 to get over here to transition to Street Fighter 6 and then be washed by a person that's never played Street Fighter in their life. I think another great example of that is Guilty Gear, and they changed the way the game is played. Guilty Gear was kind of legacy before, and then they shifted to Guilty Gear Strive to welcome more casual players into the game. and then boom, someone that doesn't even play fighting games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, quote, don't correct me if I'm wrong, make sure you do it in the comments below. But I believe it was a guy that plays first person shooters that won the Evo. He said, I just sat down and grounded out because it's a little bit easier and I won. It's like, yo, do we want to continue to allow that to happen? You know, that's like having a kid come in and beat Tiger Woods and at the PGA Tour at the Masters because he's using a different type of golf club to hit the ball further, right? That's kind of what I kind of equate it to. But again, I digress. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing either. Because here goes another part of this. It opens up the door to let all controllers be on the same playing field. You didn't think about that, did you? The complaint about, at first it was arcade stick and controller. There's an advantage when controller. Hey, we got over that. Get over it. We're fine. We're here now. I think we can agree with that. Then what we're going through now for the last 10 years almost, arcade stick over hitbox. We've accepted with the controller. We're not even going to talk about the controller. Whatever, right? But arcade stick versus hitbox, there's an advantage that you're at. You can do quick inputs, all this other great stuff. We remember that. We all know about that. However, guys, with modern controls, that puts everybody on an even playing field, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying any of this is fact, but it's all my opinion. The hitbox is on the same playing field as an arcade stick and a controller. Remember, there's lots of complaints. Hey, you got easy inputs. There's shortcuts. There's all sorts of stuff that's in there. And they're at an advantage. I disagree with that. You still have to have the dexterity in order to play with the hitbox. I don't think that hitbox is necessarily the best option. It's just an option. That's like saying Nike's better than Reebok, better than Adidas. No, this is what I prefer. This is the shoe that I prefer to wear while I'm playing the sport that I'm in, right? So I think that puts us all on the same, playing field in a nutshell. And hopefully there isn't any more complaints about, hey, this controller's better than that controller, you're at an advantage, when the game itself says it really doesn't matter. So at this point, it's like Capcom. Why are we complaining about this game? Why are you even addressing the trolls out there about your controllers when you have modern controls that answers every single person's question about, is it better, is it worse, or whatever? You solved the problem right there. But that's just me. That is just me. But at the end of the day, only time will tell. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying only time will tell. I personally believe that puts everybody on an even playing field. And this doesn't really say if the game's good or not. It doesn't say if this person's better or not, because the game hasn't even come out yet. All we've been playing is the demo. And the cracked. Don't talk about the cracked, okay? You're going to get in trouble if you're up there playing the crack still. That's funny. I think it's funny at least. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about modern controls versus classic controls, and for that matter, even dynamic controls. Let me know how you feel about controllers. Let me know about all that stuff in the comments below. Success and victory. Don't block with your face, and I will see you next time.